So, the Free Forma event in Warframe has returned for its yearly visit. Free Forma, right? AKA the Plaguestar event. January 2019 was the last time it dropped in game, and here we are 1 year later and it's showing up again. Also, Plaguestar rewards some really nice infested Zor parts that can make incredibly powerful plagued melee weapons. And now that melee weapons are kind of all incredibly powerful, these will be really nice to just add to your arsenal. Now there is also the Snipetron, the 2 Exodia Arcanes, the Fulmination mod, the Sacrifice Sentinel mod, the Ether Daggers, and some gems and Cetus Wisps as well. But if you already have all of those, then for a lot of us it's all about the Forma, right? Fully built Forma. The Plaguestar missions can be run in a matter of minutes with the right build, solo or if you're in a full squad. Running Plaguestar is pretty simple. Phase 1 is stealing the Thrax Toxin underground somewhere out in the plains of Eidolon. Phase 2 is sticking that toxin into a mixer which becomes a mobile defense mission. Defend that unit against incoming Grineer enemies. When you pop that toxin into the mixer, you then have the option to add 4 Eidolon Phylaxis and 4 catalysts into the mixer, which you will of course have to have built already back on your ship and stick it into your gear wheel once you have the blueprints for those Phylaxis and the catalysts as well. Using those Phylaxis and the catalysts will bump up the difficulty and allow you to gain more standing with the event, which you can then use to spend with Nekak later on for some of those rewards. The amount of catalysts you stick in will determine how many Hemocyte bosses spawn throughout the last phase. 4 used means 4 bosses spawn. After the mobile defense mixing is done, you will need to find a drone and put the toxin into it. Then escort that drone all the way to the massive boil and preparation. H it right up in there. Then you're on the last phase, which of course is all about killing as many infested as you possibly can and spawning in those bosses. During this phase, on the left of your screen is a percentage gauge. A Hemocyte will spawn at every 25% gone if you use 4 of those catalysts. If you didn't use 4, then you're not going to see 4 bosses, okay? It's all determined about how many of those catalysts you use. Now, if you want to run these missions as efficiently and as quick as possible, some weapons and warframes will make it much quicker of a farm than others. You're talking somewhere between 10 to 12 minute runs or less. Phase 1 right the way to the end. Now, any warframe that can crowd control the Hemocyte when it opens its mouths, because that's the only time you can deal damage to it. Rhino Stomp is a good one. He can stomp and basically freeze the Hemocyte while its mouth is open, allowing you to shoot it in the face. Now, Titania's Dex Pixia melt its face really well. The Sarpa Gunblade with the Shattering Impact mod on it will strip off all of the armor of those Hemocyte bosses in about 6 shots. Just shoot it in the butt, not in the head. Makes for very easy killing. The Piranha Prime sidearm will kill it in seconds once its armor is all stripped off. The Imperator Vandal, basically any fast firing powerful weapon. Loki can switch teleport that drone when you're on that phase all the way across the map for a much faster mission run. Nova with her teleport can do it as well. Using Wisp for her haste buff for the fire rate on the final phase, killing those bosses, is great as well. Slow Nova, Titania or Rhino are my preferred solo warframes of choice for running this event. Piranha Prime is my preferred weapon of choice. The Sarpa is kind of a must-have if you're running solo to strip the armor, unless you're in a 4-stack of corrosive projections. In that case, you don't need the Sarpa. And the one thing I would say to anyone running this event, if you're doing it in public missions, please at least bring some of the catalysts or the Phylaxis if you're running with other publics, because if not, then you're kind of just leeching, which isn't really nice. And before you know it, you will be swimming in Forma. That's the event. Happy farming, feckers. Do me a huge favour. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.